In this video, we will look at the economic effects of war and other armed conflicts. We'll investigate the long-held assumption that war is good for business and see if that is still the case in modern times. First, before delving into the video, I would like to say that war is never a positive. The human and social destruction alone makes it a tragedy. Now, to get into the video. The idea that war is good for the economy comes from how the end of the economic decline from the Great Depression coincided with the beginning of the Second World War. In this instance, there is a grain of truth. The war caused governments to stimulate the economy through the building of infrastructure, factories, and the hiring of military personnel. While in that instance there was some merit to the claim, we were in starkly different economic climate compared to our modern economy. For example, the global unemployment figures during the Great Depression prior to World War II peaked at 24.9%, while the GDP had declined by 26.7% during that period. Compare that to modern day, where according to the United Nations, global unemployment sits around 6%. One of the main reasons why war wouldn't be a positive for the modern economy is due to opportunity cost. This is how in modern society the effect of war would be taking resources and personnel away from commercial production and contribution to focusing on military service and production. Simply, the world does not have the human capacity it had at the beginning of the Second World War. While war can be accredited for technological progress like canned food or the microwave, would you think we would be better off having our best minds focusing on making our day-to-day lives better, or focusing on how to win a war? An interesting area that I discovered during my research was the disproportionate benefit or effect of war. To introduce this idea, I'll use the following statistic from the Vision of Humanity. The average economic cost of violence in the 10 most affected countries in the world equates to 41% of their GDP. To put that statistic into context, the expected GDP decline from COVID-19 is estimated to be only around 2.9%. This shows how the countries in which the wars are taking place in are so negatively affected from the war. But then you have to consider the countries in which are supplying the goods and the arms to these countries are actually economically benefiting, such as Russia and the US, who, depending on the statistics, make up 50% of the global military production. A theory that is highly relevant to the economic impact of war is the broken window fallacy. The broken window fallacy is that money spent to repair something that was damaged. It would be incorrect to consider that repair an economic output. For example, say a home was destroyed from a bomb. While the rebuilding of that home would be considered an economic output or growth in GDP, the reality is that rebuild is only restoring to the original state, as not in fact growing the economy at all. To finish off this video, it is evident that war does not provide any healthy stimulus or growth to an economy. The limited advancements we get from war don't make up for the opportunity cost, and the economic figures during the conflict do not reflect proper development, but actually the maintenance or restoration of the status quo. I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions or you have any topics you'd like me to cover. And if you got value from this video, I would ask you to leave a like and subscribe. Until next time.